G'day there, I've just got a little bonus video for you for the same video I released today on door references. No joke, the moment I uploaded the video, I just got a comment on a really old video I did on a similar topic, asking how you could do a pivot swing. I thought just a little bonus video would be valuable to show how you could adjust what I just set up to do a pivot instead. So I'm not going to do a perfect pivot, so I'm not going to adjust the hinges or the frame, I'm just going to focus on the leaf. So you may recall that we have a swing door that I've set up with a reference line that essentially controls the positioning of my door. Now I'm just going to set up the same thing but in a pivot sense. So I'm just going to save as, and I'm going to make a new door type. Because a pivot door should always be a separate door. It's just very different in how it opens versus a swing door. So I'm going to call it pivot single. Now in this case, I am going to have to change everything from a positioning perspective. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my door leaf. And I'm going to change my door leaf. Now remember, this content's all on GitHub, so feel free to go and download it. But I'm just going to edit this door leaf, and I'm going to save as. And in this case, I'm just going to call this type 2 pivot. And we need to change the positioning of our door swing, which is going to be the center of our door now instead. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create another reference line. I'm going to offset it by 20. I'm going to delete this dimension, push it in by 20, do an EQ dimension, and I'm going to make this my leaf thickness. And what I need to do is edit my extrusion for my door leaf and just rehost that face. So we've done the first part. Now our door is centered upon its swing plane, but now we need to achieve the pivot essentially. So in this case, I do need to set another plane here, and this is going to be the end of my door leaf from the pivot point. So I'm going to create a parameter. I'll set this to say 100 maybe. But this is essentially the overhang point from the pivot point of the door. So I'll add a parameter here. I'm going to call this pivot inset. I'll make it an instance-based parameter. And I'm going to take my door leaf, remove that constraint and reconstrain it. And I'm going to go and get rid of my door leaf width dimension, and I'm going to dimension it back from the pivot instead. And in this case, I'm just going to make that the width. So now we're pivoting around this point here. So we've essentially set up at least the initial stage of a door pivot. Now I do need to go and just add some extra swing lines as well, because at the moment our swing looks like this. Now from what I understand, at least a standard way to represent a pivot swing is to do this other little bit with a swing line. So in this case, I'm just going to use my elevation swing as some model lines. Firstly, I'll just draw on the back, and I'll just draw from there to there to there, and I'll also draw on the front. And this should set up some 3D pivot lines for my pivot swing. And I'm just going to save this and load this back down into my project. In this case, I may reload over the top instead, just so I can update my door leaf dynamically. Although I think in this case, we're probably going to have to reposition the entire pivot scenario anyway. So there's probably not really much point in reloading it. I guess we can maintain all the parameters in the door though, but we are going to have to rehost this thing anyway. Screw it. Delete. I'm going to get rid of these reference lines because we're going to reinstate their position. Now, in this case, just ignore my door frame. Ignore the fact that it has a jam, because I guess a pivot usually wouldn't have a door jam because it's going to pivot through the frame. But in this case, we'll just pivot around the center of the door, inset on this point, and just ignore the fact that it clashes with the door jam in this case. I'm just going to get rid of my hinge set because obviously the hinges aren't really that relevant anymore. So in this case, I'm going to create firstly a reference plane, and I'm going to inset this by 100. This is my pivot point. I'll make it a weak reference, and I'll just create a dimension here. And I'll give it a type-based parameter, and I'll call this pivot insert. And then I'm going to load in that pivot door leaf, so leaf type 2 pivot. And I'll load this into my pivot door. Now I'm not going to place it just yet. I'm going to create my reference lines first. So I'm going to create a reference line, align it to my pivot point, and align it to the other side of the door. And I'm just going to put that on the center of my door in this case. I'm just going to pivot around the center. I'm going to isolate category. And I'm just going to create that reference line again. I'm going to annotate with an angle from the center of my door. And this is going to be my swing angle. But now you can see I'm going to pivot around this point instead. So let's just open this by 30 degrees again. And as you can guess, it's going to be the same method from here. We're going to go and place this leaf type 2 pivot, place on work plane, pick. I'm just going to pick a plane, and I'm going to pick that. And at this point, we should just be able to line this up. Now I'm going to associate some parameters first. I'm just going to associate the leaf height. I'm going to associate the leaf width. But I'm also going to nest the pivot inset as well, which we've created as a type parameter. And I'm also just going to nest the leaf thickness as well. And we should just be able to move this into position. And this should maintain a pivot distance in this case. So if I make this 0, we can see now we've closed our pivot door. Just ignore our door jams. If I open this by, say, 105, obviously not like a very relevant angle, but you can see now we're pivoting around that point. Now if I change my pivot inset to, say, 200, you can see it moves in, but everything dynamically adjusts because I've nested those parameters to relate to the leaf. So in this case, you can see that it's pretty much doing what we need. Everything's working and the pivot is factored in now. So it's a really flexible system that we've established in our previous video. And hopefully this helps you, Carlos, in understanding how you can use this same system in order to achieve a pivot swing in quite a simple way that is usually really difficult using just reference lines. So there you go. So it's the same system. But with a pivot swing instead. Now obviously you'd need to change your door frame to suit that there's no rebates or jams in this case, but otherwise Bob's your uncle. So hopefully that helps you, and I look forward to seeing you in part 6. Thanks, take care.